Hi and welcome to Forbes India Beyond the Boardroom. This is Ushnota Paul, your host. This is a show where we have esteemed guests from all kind of fields, from successful businesses to films to sports. But we don't talk about their profession. We talk beyond that. How are they as people when they're not negotiating a multi-crore deal inside the boardroom or when the camera is off? We find out about their lives beyond that.
Hi, welcome to yet another episode of Forbes India Beyond the Boardroom, and this is your host, Kushnota Paul. Today we have with us one of the finest cricketers representing our country today. She made her debut for India at the age of 17 in 2013, and in 2018, just 4 years later, she was named the best women's international cricketer by ICC. She's 24 years old and currently ICC World number 4 in ODI. She also played in India's squad for the 2020 ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Australia and captained the Trailblazers side to a win at the recently concluded Women's T20 Challenge that was held in Dubai. And Arjuna awardee, we are talking about none other than the extremely talented Smriti Mandhana. Smriti, a very warm welcome to Forbes India Beyond the Boardroom. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Yeah, really excited to be on an interview with you.
Thank you. I heard that you actually got into cricket as a child because of your elder brother. So tell us about that. You had no plans of playing cricket.
Not actually. I always loved batting. I used to always keep batting in gully cricket with boys or wherever I can see a bat and ball. I used to just pick it up and probably because Bhaiya was a cricketer, we used to always have a hanging ball in our house. So I used to just keep doing hanging ball the whole day. So and yeah, then I actually picked up batting and started batting left-handed was because of Bhaiya, because Papa wanted him to be a left-handed and I am a right-handed actually, but I bat lefty because I just watched my brother bat. So that is how he inspired me into cricket, and I learned whatever in my batting was through him. But I think the passion was always there in me as a kid. I always wanted to be a cricketer. I always wanted to bat. I love batting, and that is the reason I think mom, dad, bhaiya understood that the passion of me for cricket is too big to just they didn't want it to get it less. They wanted it to grow more. They wanted to nurture it more.
And are you a movie buff? I heard that you love watching movies. So what kind of movies?
Yeah. I love watching movies. I think I'm like totally a Bollywood movie fan. Like I love watching Hindi movies. Especially I think rom-com are my thing. Like I think thrillers and suspense and all of those horror. So I don't think I can watch at all. But yeah, suspense and thriller also. I think it's too much for me. Like I don't understand. Like I'm not that serious person, so I just feel it's too serious for me to just keep thinking for the 3 hours. I just want to go to a theater, just laugh around, probably cry a bit at the end, because I wouldn't cry in my personal life that much. But if I'm watching a movie and there's an emotional scene, I might end up crying. I get that connected to Bollywood movies. So yeah, I think a very big movie fan.
Which ones would you say are your all-time favorite movies? You can keep rewatching.
I think one movie which you can watch again and again is Three Idiots. That's I think I have ended up watching it almost 10-15 times. But I think all these Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, all the DDLJ and then Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, all these movies also I think you can end up watching any day whenever it's on TV. I think you can't really change the channel. I don't know why. We know the story, we know everything what's going to happen. I know the dialogues also, but still you end up watching the movie again. So I think the old classics are also something which I can watch again and again. And Kaho Na Pyare, of course, I'm a Hrithik fan. So
what about films that are based on sports? Which one is your favorite film that's based on sports?
I think in the recent past, I loved Bhag Milkha Bhag. That was one movie which motivated me a lot. I think after watching the movie in theaters, I came back, I went on terrace and I was doing a lot of abs and all those kind of push-ups which he was doing in the movie. Farhan Akhtar did in the movie. So I was trying to, do those on my terrace. That okay, I also need to do those things, and I want to be motivated. It stayed like that for 8-10 days, and I was back to Smriti. but yeah, I think that's one movie. I think when you say about sports biopic, I think first movie which motivated me was Bhag Milkha Bhag. Then of course I think Sachin sir's movie and Dhoni sir's movie are very inspiring. You as a cricketer you connected to a lot because we know the feeling of getting the jersey first time and all of those things. But yeah, as an athlete, I think Bhag Milkha Bhag was something which it like hit me a lot. Like I wanted to do a bit more than what I was doing.
Right. You also love to cook, Smriti. What is the best dish you can cook? The audience would like to know.
Well, I think I loved cooking as a kid. It was either a chef or a cricketer. So it's like very like two different things, like completely two different things. I think cooking and cricket has nothing to do with each other. But I always loved cooking. I had done a lot of Punjabi cooking classes and all when I was in 4th standard, 5th standard because I was so much into cooking. Recently, I think I have developed a thing of cooking a variety of eggs. I go on YouTube. I search how to cook eggs, and then I cook it for my family and friends. The eggs, and then they also just love it. So I think at the moment it would be all the few varieties of eggs which I cook well.
So because of your profession, I'm sure you are very mindful of like what you eat and stuff like that. So what is the healthy you can like make for yourself that you love to cook?
Actually, healthy things is my mom's department because I am a very I don't think I'm a healthy chef. So whenever there's a healthy thing, I think it's mom's department. All the oats pancakes and all those things. I think she's very good at doing that because whatever I get from my nutritionist, I give it to my mother and I'm like, you cook these things. Whenever there will be a cheat day, I will cook that for myself because I don't think I can cook healthy food at all.
What is that favorite cheat day food that you love binging on?
Actually, I'm just very moody with food. I don't have like this one particular food which I have in my mind. It's like I have those mood swings of like if I have a cheat day, I'll be like, okay, today I want to eat chaat, today I want to eat pizza, today I want to eat burger. So it's like it just keeps changing on those cheat days. It just depends on the mood I am in. But yeah, bhel is one thing which I go to. That's the most, I think, most number of times I've eaten bhel on my cheat day.
What inspires you inside and outside of cricket?
Well, I think outside the cricket, I think my mom inspires me a lot because it took a lot of hard work for her to give us a very good life. Both my mom and dad have worked really hard to give what we wanted in our life when we were growing up. So I think, and especially mom, she worked extremely hard. So I think with that, I always get inspired that okay, I want to do something for my mom, dad. I want to give them the best life. So that is one thing which inspires me of the cricket. And I think inside in the stadium, when you're wearing the Indian jersey, you're going, when you have India written here, I don't think you need any other inspiration than that, because when you're playing for your country, you can't have any excuses. You can't have any self-sympathy about, okay, this is my problem, this is I am going through. You have to just leave it aside and step onto the ground. So I think that is enough inspiration for me that I have to win matches for India. So
talking about that India jersey, do you have that first memory when you debuted for India for the first time, when you wore that jersey in 2013? It was against Bangladesh, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
That memory?
Yeah, I think it's a very, very similar scene of what Dhoni sir's movie has the scene. He picks up the jersey and then he sees, first thing you just turn around and see your jersey number and the name, and then you kind of see. You kind of imagined yourself in that jersey whenever you saw cricket on TV, and then actually it's happening. The jersey is in your hand, and then first thing, I think, as I said, I'm not that excited person. Like I don't really get extremely excited. So, but I think I just wore it. And I took few photos. I was very bad at photos that time. Like I didn't know how to click photos like that well.
So on social media that time.
No, I wasn't. And even now, I think if some friend asks me to click their photo, I think I'll either cut off their head or I'll do something which I don't think I'm a good photographer. So that time also, I think I just tried clicking photos from mirror and send it to my mom, dad. There used to be a group, mom, dad, bhaiya, my group, and I sent it to them, and I was like, and they were actually way more excited than I was. I was just like, oh wow, nice. I was just feeling very happy about it, but my mom, dad, and all, they were like just very, very excited seeing the photos. They were like, wow, and they were like very emotional about it. But I was like I was like, okay, nice.
And like you mentioning how life has changed because of the lockdown in the past year, did you inculcate some new habit or hobbies while we were locked down the entire year?
Actually, not. Malab, this time when I was home, I was trying to spend as much time with my family because I felt that I wouldn't get much of time post this lockdown. Whenever we resume cricket in near future, that I will be able to spend that much time with family. But one thing I was trying to learn was Casio piano. So so that I think I took some online classes, and then few friends of mine also helped me to learn that. So yeah, I think that is the only new thing which I did in lockdown, I guess. And I played a lot of video games. I would say I was completely into gaming a lot. Like I used to play 2-3 hours of games on like online games.
Like which games are we talking about? PS4? Like
I played a bit of PS4. I played when PUBG was not banned. I think I played a bit of PUBG also. Yeah, so actually that was because I had to do an event for something related to PUBG. So I tried to learn a bit about it, and then I was like, oh, this is so interesting. So let's do it. I was doing it for an hour or two, and yeah, I think all the Nintendo PS4 games also I was playing a lot of them.
And personally, what lessons are you taking away from this pandemic?
I think it's not good. It's always not good to think about future. In next 2 years, I want to be this person. I think just being very grateful, having that gratitude that okay, you're living every night. You feel like every morning when you wake up, you're like, oh, okay, I'm healthy and I'm alive. So I think that one thing this pandemic has taught me, at least, that sometimes goals are important, dreams are important, but I think way more than that is our family and our health, which is going to be with us forever. So this is one thing which I have realized a lot.
True, very true. So to all those youngsters who are aspiring to represent India and wear that jersey like you mentioned one day, what would your advice to them be? Something that you wish someone told you when you were younger and starting out?
Actually, someone actually told me when I was I think 5-6 years back, which has stayed with me a lot, is the joy of playing. So I think that should never go, because when you start playing, you kind of forget why you actually picked up the bat and started playing. It was just because you enjoyed batting. I enjoyed batting a lot, and that's why I started playing. And
Right.
But through I think when you turn 16, 17, when you are getting into you're trying to get in any sort of team, your state team, you get very serious about a lot of stuff with your batting. You stop. I think you take away that joy of working, joy of playing. So I would just say that you should always remember that why did you start playing cricket, and that feeling of picking up the bat should always be there till you actually retire. Because if that feeling you have, then you're actually enjoying the whole process of becoming a cricketer. And I just feel that something what you enjoy doing and you're laughing, smiling about it, that means you're on the right track, and the universe is going to give you back, because they know that you're very happy about it. What you're doing is giving you a lot of joy.
Really well said. Smriti, you said you're a big fan of Bollywood and you also love these biopics of MSD and Sachin. So, like, if someday a biopic is made on your life, which actors do you think you would like to play?
Actually, I'm just 24. Yeah, like I just feel I have a lot to still achieve and think about even having a biopic. And even when I think till at all if something I achieve and there's a biopic, I don't think that like it will be probably 8 or 10 years down the line. So that will be now to tell that okay, this actresses would be playing. I don't know after 8-10 years what would be. So I don't know. Matlab, whoever probably could bat well as a left-hander batter. I don't. I just like whoever could pick up batting as a left-hander batter. I think they would be a
That is
perfect
very
fit for. Yeah, because
body language and the batting
yeah,
technique.
batting technique. Whoever can pick it up well, I think they can play if at all I achieve something and there's a biopic on me.
Great. And while growing up, or even like later, who are the cricketers all around the world or in India that inspired you and still continues to inspire you?
I started idolizing Meg Lanning. Not idolizing. I used to look up to her because she used to have an amazing conversion rate. The way she started leading Australia when she was pretty young, and she's won a lot of World Cups for them. So I think something which and as a batter, I think she has some amazing records. So something I want to really learn from her, especially converting the 70s into hundreds. She does that amazingly. So she is the one who I probably look up to in terms of batting.
Nice. Smriti, do you like reading like books while growing up? No, but what I heard is
Well, not much.
but what I heard is like you love card games. That was interesting. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Are we
No,
talking
मतलब card games, yeah.
type of cards or like Uno? What are we talking about?
No, pack of cards also because I am a Marwadi, so in Diwali and all we used to play a lot of card games.
Acha.
We used to have all the family coming, and I don't know if you know, but Marwadis play a lot of card games. And not the ones with like money ones, but yeah, the basic ones like Badam Saath or a lot of them. I think there used to be a lot of games which we used to play as a family. We used to have a big joint family, so for years to come over.
Smriti, before we end the show, tell us what's your ultimate goal and where do you see yourself as a cricketer maybe 5 years down the line?
Well, I think we have 3 major events coming in 22-23. So I think 5 years down the line, I would love to be a part of winning team in the World Cup or I think Commonwealth. I think that is something that is a dream that as a cricketer you want to win a World Cup for your country, and I think that's the only dream which I also have. Like, if I could contribute in any way in winning a World Cup for India, I think that would be the best thing to have happened in my life.
Of course. And you said you were a Marwadi, but you brought up in Maharashtra and you have represented this state. So like before we end the show, तुम्हाला सगळं मराठी viewers साठी special संदेश आहे का? कोणला तुम्ही मराठीमध्ये बोलू?
मराठी माझी मराठी एवढी चांगली नाही आहे. माझी मराठीमध्ये खूप सारे इंग्लिश वर्ड येतात, बट आय थिंक सगळे मराठी व्ह्यूअर्सला आय थिंक अजूनपर्यंत तुम्ही खूप सपोर्ट केलंय मला. असंच सपोर्ट करत राहावा आणि होपफुली मी महाराष्ट्राचं नाव अजून महाराष्ट्राचं नाव थोडं चांगलं काय आय डोंट
It was really nice talking to you. Thanks so much for giving us your time, and all the best for you represent our country and make us proud every single day. So all the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.